Call the regular meeting of the Mexico City Council to order.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lesh,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Councilman Nixon.
First item on the agenda is approval of minutes from November 23rd, 2015 regular session.
I move we approve.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lesh,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes. First item under new business resolution, bill number 2015-64, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Robert Benoit. Is that pronounced correctly? Benoit? Reading and passage. Mr. Flagel?
Yes, Sharon, thank you. We did have a hangar come available, and Mr. Benoit is the next one on the list. To cover the details, we will turn to Russell Runge.
This is your night, Russell.
As you guys have heard the last few months, we've done several of these leases. This will be a term of 1 year, automatically renewable at the end of the first year. The rent on this hangar is $80 per month. It's been posted appropriately. The advisory board met and recommended the council handle it this way. Staff recommends the council proceed with reading and passage of the attached resolution. Authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Robert Benoit.
Any questions for Mr. Runge? Motion?
Move for reading of bill number 2015-64.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lesh,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2015-64, and a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Robert Benoit. Whereas the Mexico Memorial Airport currently has one hangar available for rent, and whereas a list of persons interested in renting airport hangars is maintained in the city manager's office, and the placement on the hangar list allows Robert Benoit the opportunity to accept a hangar. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mexico, Missouri as follows: that the city manager be authorized to enter into a hangar lease on behalf of the City of Mexico with Robert Benoit. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after the time of its passage. Move for passage of bill number 2015-64.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lesh,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes. Okay, under other business, the first item is staff report, purchase of 2 patrol vehicles for the Department of Public Safety. Mr. Flagel?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This budget year allows for $52,000 for the purchase of 2 patrol vehicles. To cover the details of the bidding and what we have received, we will turn to Chief Rocket.
Thank you. It's that time of year again. I was clicking, you want me to roll? Considerations were our request. We sent out our bid specs. We received 2 from that, the Landmark Dodge and Mockins, and the last part will be our recommendation. This was the car that was recommended or provided by Landmark Dodge, the Dodge Charger. 2 cars at $23,460. Refitting the 2 of them, $755 apiece. We can trade in 2 of the old Chargers for $15,000. Bringing us to $33,430. So we will be well under budget with Landmark. The Ford Interceptors from Mockins, $25,486 times 2. The price to refit is almost $1,000. Trading in 2 cars, $14,500. Their total, $37,469. Still under budget. Side by side, using the information from Michigan State Police Vehicle Test and Evaluation, not a whole lot of difference in the major things that they test there between the Charger and the Ford Interceptor. The lieutenant that runs the tests, is his quote that all vehicles in the past 3 or 4 years have been good vehicles. 10 to 15 years ago, there may have been something that stood out. Everything is competitive now, and you just need to pick really the car that you want. With the demise of the Crown Vic, moment of silence. This is what we've been left with. Our recommendation is the Dodge Charger for several reasons. Besides being the lesser bid, it is also, missing a slide,
Front-wheel drive?
pardon?
Front-wheel drive.
Yes.
No, these are not.
No, these are the rear-wheel drive, but they are a little bit more roomy. They are consistent with what we're driving already. Everyone's very pleased with the amount of room. I'm not going to say ample. It's ample more for some than others. And we can move the equipment that we already have. We'll go into these cars. And we've saved enough money that we could look at maybe going to a third car later on. But we do recommend the purchase of these 2 cars from Landmark Dodge from Independence for a bid price of $33,430, subject to their ability to deliver them in an acceptable length of time, which is a minimum of 60 days to deliver the new cars.
Does Landmark have the state contract? They do?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that is why, because I'll get asked more, no doubt. Because people will say, well, why didn't we sell them Pearl and Offenburg? And I'll say, well, they didn't even make
They
a
don't
bid.
bid. No, because they don't have the state's
And so they
bid.
don't have a state bid, they
Right.
can't bid anyway, so.
They can, but they have to bid through Landmark or Mockins, and it's, you know, there's nothing there much, and there's nothing left when you divide the pot, so there's no reason to bid.
They still do the service, too.
Any other question? Motion?
Make a motion, we buy 2 Dodge Charger Interceptors from Landmark Dodge out of Independence, Missouri for $33,430.
Second?
Councilman Miller?
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams?
Yes.
Councilman Lesh?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. The second item under other business, staff report, purchase of a compact track loader for the street maintenance division. Mr. Slade?
Yes, Your Honor, this budget allows $60,000 for the purchase of the compact track loader for street department. To cover the detail of the bids and costs and price, we will turn to Kenzie Russell.
You may be perhaps more familiar with just calling this a skid loader. It does have tracks rather than wheels, and this is to replace our current tracked compact loader, which will be going to service in the brush yard. We budgeted $60,000 out of, I believe, 5 bids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bids. Bobcat of St. Louis, which has a facility that's between here and Columbia, was the low bid. We did have machines from, I think, all but one of these bidders that brought machines in that the fellows at maintenance had a chance to put through the paces, and we feel that the Bobcat bid will provide a machine that will meet our needs, and so we're recommending purchase from Bobcat.
Who didn't bring a machine?
I believe it was Henderson, which is the New Holland.
Kenzie, on the matrix you gave us back, the bid tabulations, Bobcat and New Holland both state that there is no backup camera, while the others show installed or yes.
We priced out a backup camera for the Bobcat as an option. It's $1,000. We could put that on the machine. It still would be the low bid.
Okay, also, I guess I don't understand. Quick attachment from seat, this is an attachment kit. Is that included on the cost of what's been bid or not?
Yes, it's a universal attachment, so the milling machine that we have, the buckets and all, will work with this machine.
Now, as a matter of dollars and cents, Bobcat of St. Louis or Bobcat of Columbia has been advertising on our local radio station that they are offering up to a $7,300 rebate on the purchase of a skid or track loader. Is that eligible for that $7,300 or that figured in?
I doubt that it's eligible since this was a bid project, and I would expect, given the disparity in price, that it may be figured into
Maybe
that
figured in,
bid.
okay. All right.
I don't know for sure, but I
Well,
suspect.
if you're an avid radio listener, you've probably heard these commercials, and when it goes out that we're purchasing it, somebody's going to ask whether we got the rebate or not. So you've addressed it. Thank you very much. Any other questions?
I move for approval of the purchase of a compact steer loader for the street maintenance division from Bobcat of St. Louis in Columbia, Missouri for the bid of $52,461.52.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lash,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes. Okay, the next item under other business is appointments to the Mexico Airport Advisory Board. Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, we have one vacancy on the board, as well as we have two terms that are expiring and coming open. In those two terms that are expiring, currently those positions are held by Mark Stewart and C.W. Caldwell. Mr. Stewart has expressed interest in reappointment, and we have also received applications for the other two appointments from Phyllis Hornbeck and Jeff Frazier. So at this time, we would recommend that council proceed with the appointments to the Mexico Airport Advisory Board.
Do we have to do these individually, or can we do them as a group?
I think what we're going to have to do is to appoint one to the unexpired term that would end at 16, and then you could appoint two together then for the two full terms that would then expire in 18 for a 3-year term.
So the first one would be,
Need to appoint one to the unexpired term that will end in 2016.
One of the two people.
One of the three people that are eligible for appointment to the unexpired term, and then potentially the other two then to the 3-year full terms.
well, Mr. Stewart has a term, so he would not be considered for that, right?
He would be considered for reappointment to a full term.
Reappointment to a full term, okay.
Well, I move we reappoint Mark Stewart to serve a 3-year term on the Mexico Advisory Board.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lash,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes.
I move for the appointment of Jeff Frazier to serve a 3-year term on the Mexico Advisory Board also. Term expiring October 2018.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lash,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes.
I move for the appointment of Phyllis Hornbeck to serve the unexpired 3-year term on the Mexico Airport Advisory Board, term to expire October 2016.
Second.
Councilman Miller,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Councilman Lash,
Yes.
Mayor Miller,
Yes. And I see the next item is discussion of December 28th, 2015 meeting.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, because of the holiday season, We are not anticipating any business at the next meeting, so it'd be council discretion if you wish to hold that meeting or cancel it at this time. However, if we did cancel the meeting, we would ask that you make the motion to cancel it, but also give us the authority to pay the claims, the bills at the end of the year, to avoid any late fees or anything, and then they will be ultimately then included on the next claims list as far as the next council meeting. So you will get to see those, it's just we want to make sure we avoided any late charges or penalties for paying the bills, end of the month bills.
Gentlemen, your pleasure.
I'm good. I move we cancel the, I guess it's December 28th meeting, and authorize the city staff to pay the bills to avoid late pay and do late pay penalties. Is that all I need?
Second.
Councilman Miller?
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams?
Yes.
Councilman West?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. The next item is claims.
I make a motion, we pay the claims.
Second?
Councilman Miller?
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams?
Yes.
Councilman Lesh?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. And now we're ready for council comments. Councilman Lesh.
Yes, we've had some three really nice events in the community that were partially funded by our tourism tax, but I don't know how many of you got to attend the Living Windows and Mary Poppins and the Santa Train. Those were all record crowds in our community. Maybe it has to do with the nice weather, but I'd like to think it was the great job that all the people who work so hard on these events to make them happen, and want to thank the city as well for their work in these events, because I know several city employees were involved in that, so thank you very much. It's brought a lot of people to our community from several miles away, so thank you. I had a chance to attend the groundbreaking at the Berkshire Estates that Bruce spoke about earlier, and I think that's a great thing that we've been able to work and partner with several organizations in the community to bring that about. So thank you, Rita and Bruce, for working with them to get those 18 new apartments and rehab those down there. As we talked about earlier, we have a lot more work to do on rehabbing homes and buildings in our community, so we just need to keep working on that. So thank you very much.
Councilman Lee.
I'd like to say, basically, echo what my fellow councilman said. The performance of Presser Hall brought a lot of people in from out of town. Living Windows, that was a wonderful event. It was nice to see the downtown so filled, and I'm going to hope that at some point in the future we will get downtown back to being that active on a regular basis. I would commend my fellow councilman, Mr. Miller. He's trying to make that dream happen, so I appreciate that. And the Santa Train, that was crazy. I commend all the city people that were out there and closing the roads. I even saw the chief of police out there. So that was insane. I do have two things. One, Chad, some Charlie guy, I don't know his last name, say talk to you about a tree down. Can you give me an update what's going on with that? Because he says it's been down all year, basically.
There's a limb laying in the park behind his property. It's on our property, and it's on the list of things to do. It's not a giant priority to live about like this. It'll be done during the winter. We clean up those kinds of things and we cut down trees, and it's, at the time that it came down, it fell during one of these really wet spring weather season issues, and down in the Northeast, we usually don't get down there during the summer because it's wet. We usually get down there in the winter when it's frozen. So I mean, it'll get taken care of.
Okay. And my second question, I guess Kinsey could probably answer this. When I was driving through all the rain in the public housing there's that manhole that's like blowing water out. Is there, can you explain what's going on there? Even the city's put up tape now around part of it.
Yeah, when we have rains and when we back up in the I&I, that particular location does have an issue. It's what we call an SSO. The guys did put up tape that have lined the area, cleaned up the trash. I think that there is a joint in the pipe that's blown out there, so we'll have to dig that up.
Yeah, that's on the water.
Try to make a repair there.
So that's on the agenda to
Yeah.
get done as well. All right. That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilman Miller?
Well, Santa Train was great. Somebody said 4,000 people went through.
4,100.
4,100. Hard to believe. And I was open for Living Windows. You know, my hours are kind of short, but I was open and I never saw so many people in all my life. So that was a fantastic event. As far as Mary Poppins, I went to see that and it was really good. And if you got an extra $1,000 you don't know what to do with, I recommend that you donate it to the Presser Performing Arts so they can build their new building, and maybe we'll have more people in that. Just a little plug for their building campaign. That's all I have.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment, yes, those numbers at 4150 were record numbers. I think the next closest was like 2,900 or something. So considerable more people than we had. And we knew those numbers were going to be high, or we believed they would be, because of just the comments that we had gotten, reference Twitter, Facebook, things to that nature, as far as anyone that was hitting on it and commenting about it. So beyond that, happy holidays to everyone and safe travels for everyone as they go through the holiday season and wherever they may go and seeing family and so on. Wish everyone, again, happy holidays and safe travels.
Well, first of all, I, like everyone else, am pleased to see with the Santa Train and the Mary Poppins and the Living Windows and all these kinds, there's all small things, but they tend to add together and they make Mexico the community that it is. I would challenge anybody to find another community this size that does the things that they do. And the turnouts from the Santa Train are exactly what caused us to have the Santa Train come here. If there were not such turnouts, we wouldn't be on their stop list. So I think, suffice to say, we've probably earned another spot. Kenzie, I will not ask you for an update on the Moore Street project. I'm going to pass on that. I know that it's still in the hands of MoDOT.
We have set a tentative bid date. We did get the construction obligation, and we've set a tentative bid date for mid-January. Haven't seen the advertisement come out from the consultant yet, but that should be happening shortly.
I can't remember, is that Schaefer, Klein, and Warren?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't ask. But to all the city employees, from the department directors all the way down to the newest people they have, Merry Christmas. Have a happy and prosperous New Year, and thank God that we have you here. Now I'll take public comments. If there's anyone who'd like to make any, please step up to the podium, state your name and address, and try to keep it to 3 minutes. Big one short. We'll take short.
My name is Byron Shaw, and I'm with MECO Engineering Company out of Jefferson City. And the city had put out a request for an on-call engineer and request for qualifications, and we submitted our statement of qualifications. And just want you to know that we appreciate the opportunity of working with the city. And that's all I had to say. And your meetings are fast. I'm on the school board down at Eugene, and man, our meetings take a lot longer than this.
Our school board meetings take longer too, so.
We have a former school board member here.
You know how it is. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming by tonight,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Thomas Fiedler, 1617 Meadow Lane. I've driving around town past couple weeks, you guys have probably all noticed there's a lot of Christmas lights out, people decorating their houses and stuff, and I think it's a great thing. Community is really, just looks a lot better, and I love seeing that type of enthusiasm. This is people just out there doing what they can to decorate, make the town look nice. But then I came across a concern whenever I went to Lafayette Street, which is the Candy Cane Lane, which a lot of people like to go to, and there is not a road I can take to get there without my car bottoming out. Every road in that area, my car's going to scrape off of something, hitting a ditch trying to get in there. And I just think with the work those people do back there to make that such a popular place, I hear people tell me, hey, have you gone to Candy Cane Lane yet? You got to go check that out. But yet those roads are some of the poorest in our area. And this is something that I think even people outside of town would want to come by and just see what those 3 houses on the left side of the street as I approached it, and there was 1 house on the right side of the street. I think if we're looking at an effort which we've mentioned many times in council meetings about making sure the town looks very presentable to people from outside and even to people inside the community, that should be a priority focus, especially, I know it's not going to be fixed this year because we're like a week and a half from Christmas or something. Get your shopping done if you haven't already. But maybe by the time next year that this rolls around, we can make sure that those streets are pristine and upkept for those people who are doing a great job for this community. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, I move to... Okay.
Second.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Williams.
Yes.
Councilman Lesh.
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes.